Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram. I salute Bhagavat Pada Shankara, the repository of the Shrutis, the Smritis and the Puranas, who is compassionate and who is the benefactor of the world. Atmabodha, self-knowledge. Verse 47. We are on the 24th class in this Atmabodha. On the 47th, I read a translation. The yogi, endowed with complete enlightenment, sees through the eye of knowledge the entire universe in his own self and regards everything as the self and nothing else. The Sanskrit is Samyag Vijnanavan Yogi Swatmani Eva Akhilam Jagat Ekam Cha Sarvam Atmanam Ikshati Jnana Chakshusha. This is a tremendous statement, and this is one of the very highest experience that a person can ever attain. The highest experience possible. And is it to everybody? Nah. To the yogi. But we are all yogis. Yeah. We are, but we don't know it, as they say. We are all yogis, but we don't know it. So it's qualified with a person with the highest experience who is a yogi. And the yogi endowed with complete enlightenment. Now, what is this complete? Is there something incomplete? Enlightenment is a process. It is difficult for people to accept it or digest it, but it's a process. It's a long process. The word that Shankaracharya uses, Samyak Vijnanavan. Samyak is, yes, complete, in the fullness, perfect. Samyak. Vijnana, knowledge of the highest. Vijnana also translates as this enlightenment. One who has this yogi, who has this complete enlightenment or illumination. Why is it complete? Yeah, we'll see why it has to be. That word samyak is used. Sees through the eye of knowledge. The jnana chakshu. Through the eye of knowledge, jnana chakshusha. Through the eye of knowledge. So on Sunday we are going to talk about this, the third eye. So I'm not going to elaborate here. So the third eye is the eye of knowledge. So he sees, as it were, but not through these eyes. Because the Upanishads are very clear. Na sandrishe tishtati rupamasya This form cannot be seen with this eyes. No one has ever seen this form with the eyes. What then? They say, Hrida manisha manasa biklipto ya etad vidur amritaste bhavanti. This is found in some of the Upanishads, especially in the Katha Upanishad. Hrida, in the heart. Manisha, by the one who has controlled his mind. Isha, one who has controlled the mind. To the grace of the mind. So that is what is called the eye of knowledge. It's not ear, it's not ear. These are eyes of ignorance, because it cannot see the reality. So it is through the eye of knowledge, that the yogi sees. And then this is important. The entire universe in his own self. In his own Atman. You know how big the universe is? We don't know, and it's still expanding. Physically, we can see 13.8 or whatever billion years, and it's expanding, expanding, expanding. Our brain cannot, it's impossible for the brain to conceive of the distance. From here to Andromeda, we talk about Andromeda and this, and we have some number, some light year. For light from this light, the photon from, it must have come from there also, who knows. From this light photon to travel the length of the Milky Way, it takes 100,000 light years. Oh my God. 1 second is 186,000 miles per second. This photon is traveling. And then multiplied by 60, you get 1 light minute, and then multiplied by 60, get 1 light hour. And you multiply it by 24 hours, and over the 1 light year, and then 100,000 light years. We can use these numbers, but it's just impossible to conceive of the vast distances. It's just impossible. We talk big, but that is how, that's the nature of ignorance. We are big talkers. So even this universe is staggeringly vast. And now imagine how big this entire universe is. 13.8 billion years it has taken for light to come here. And that is what it is. And that's only the visible universe. Now, imagine this whole universe in the self, in the Atman. So, what is the Atman? Oh, this Atman is this waking and dream and deep sleep. Vedanta has been reduced to this kind of nutty business. It's the Atman. The whole universe is in the Atman. Now we are just gave the example of a physical universe. Then you have the cosmic mind, which is as vast as the physical universe. All this is in the Atman. So what is your conception of the Atman? It's like this here. Waking, dream and deep sleep. What is this? It is vast. If you cannot conceive of this very universe and its vastness, can you conceive of the Atman? And that's what it says. The entire universe in one's own Atman self. How is it possible? Yes. Is it an experience? Yes, I said it's an experience. the highest experience a human being can have. But at that point, the human being is not a human being. He is that yogi of complete enlightenment. And then he's saying the next part, and everything as the self and nothing else. So in the Ishopanishad, yastu sarvani bhutani atmani eva anupashyati. Sarva bhuteshu chatmanam tato na vijugupsati. What is in the Ishopanishad, in the beginning only, 3 or 4, fourth mantra. 1 year, stu, verily. Sarvani bhutani, all the beings, atmani eva, in the self alone, pashyati, experiences. So he sees all the beings in oneself, and oneself, sarva bhuteshu chatma, all in everybody. Now tell me, what is your conception of the Atman? Oh, it is here, small here, somewhere, deep down. No, it's somewhere here, sure. Somewhere here. Someone is saying yes. That's only meant for meditation. So it's a radical change in your conception of the self, the Atman. And if you cannot have that, at least intellectually, then it's like impossible for you to understand this, the whole universe in oneself and oneself in the whole universe. How is that possible? Yeah, the body is like this. Yeah, they're not talking about the body. They're talking about the Atman. But the Atman is supposed to be in the body. Ah, you think it is. That's why God says in that 9th chapter, Pashyame yoga maishwan, see my divine yoga. They do not exist in me. No, I do exist in them. See my divine yoga. Now we are talking at the highest level of Vedanta, okay? So you have to qualify that, otherwise people, oh, what is this? What kind of religion is this? Now those who have been following this all through will understand the thread of the argument, what Shankaracharya lays down. So he is talking about the highest experience, this, of one who is liberated. So even in the Bhagavad Gita, you say, Sarva bhutastamatmanam sarva bhutani chatmani ikshate yoga yuktatma. Ikshate is to see. Ikshate, to see. Who? Yoga yuktatma, one whose self has been joined through yoga, or one who is imbued with yoga. What does he see? Sarva bhutastamat. He sees his Atman in all beings. Sarva bhutani chatmani. We cannot see anything other than ourselves only. I'm feeling hungry, I'm feeling thirsty, I'm feeling sleepy, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that, I'm hung up, I want to chill out here, I want to heat up there. What is this? So, why is that? That's because of ignorance. And how does it go? Through all these processes that we have been showing the last 23 classes, how that ignorance breaks. Otherwise, religion has become a kind of a selfish pursuit. Oh, me only, I'll get my liberation, I don't care for you all. What is it? Swamiji had made a mistake. Shri Ramakrishna said, huh? What is this? Yeah, I like to be in Samadhi. And I like to come now and then, have something, and I'm going back into Samadhi. Then Shri Ramakrishna says, I thought you were like a big banyan tree. Okay. that everybody will come to take rest under your shade. And you're talking about your own. So, yes, you got to start with your body and then analyze it and find that you are completely different from the body. The self, you say the self is infinite. Yeah. And how can it reside in that finite body? You're making a contradictory statement. The Atman does not die. It is beyond all pleasure and pain. It cannot be cut. It cannot, nainam chindanti shastrani. It cannot be cut. It cannot be wet. It cannot be dried. It cannot be burnt. Yeah. And it's in the body. The body is limited. What is this? So how does it? Through, as we have seen, these various doctrines that Vedanta has, through reflection, the Atman is reflected in the intellect. And then you say, hey, this is the Atman. It's just a reflection. It's called a reflected Atman, Chidabhasa. So what is there within all of us is the reflected Atman. But how to get into the real one? Well, you can get it through the reflection only. You want to see the sun? Yeah, you look at it first. Where's the sun? They'll show you first. Here it is. Oh, this is the sun. This is not the real sun. This is the reflected sun. That sun is. Now, so it's something called in Vedanta they use the Shaka Chandra Nyaya. It's a moon when the child is first taken outdoors by the parents, generally the father or the mother. The child has to be shown the moon. He has to be shown various things. So the moon also has to be. Oh. And the child has never seen the moon. In the previous birth, that person has seen. But here, they look at this tree and then he looks at, touch the tree. Now look up, see that big branch? Yeah, it's looking up. See, behind that branch is that moon? Oh, yeah. He laughed. The child laughed. Now I know. The moon is behind the branch of a tree. But after some days, after some months, after some years, it can be seen even without the branch. So that tree and that branch was only for you to kind of grab your attention and lead you stage by stage to that, which is beyond. So, the body is here, okay. And then the prana and the mind and the intellect and, I see that. And this is the intellect here. These are just... So don't be bothered about this waking, dream and deep sleep state business. These are just... Say, look at that picture. Oh, you're supposed to look there, not look here. And people are looking at this. Look at the picture. The picture is there, that not here. So Vedanta has to be understood like that. It's trying to tell you something, it's through indication. That which is indicated should be known, not the indicator. So you're saying, go slow. And we are going fast. And we skid. And we end up in the ditch. So that go slow was the indicator that there's it's slippery or whatever. Or there's a dead end or whatever. Are they? We are like that. Indicator. Okay. So I just wanted to give you a kind of an idea. The vastness of the Atman. Then you'll say, why am I so worried about my pleasure, my pain, my happiness, my sorrow? What are these things? You have reduced yourself to this. Now, whose fault is that? Not the Atman. The Atman says, you are actually like this, vast. It's called Vibhu, all pervading. That is your real self, yes. Well, okay, let's go. See, then you get the idea. I'll read it once. The yogi, endowed with complete enlightenment, samyak vijnanavan yogi, sees, ikshate, sees what? Through the eye of knowledge, jnana chakshusha, through the eye of knowledge, the entire universe in his own self. How is that? Ekam cha sarvam atmanam ikshate. Atmanyeva akilam jagat. And everything is a self. This is what it is. Okay. So sometimes you're dreaming that you are climbing Mount Everest. The whole of Mount Everest is in you. Just impressions. We are not talking about impressions. We are talking about reality. Impressions are in the mind. This reality is beyond the mind. And yet, it includes everything else. As he said, and everything as a self and nothing else. Then you say, the mind, the intellect, and which you removed off, Vedanta is nice. They'll tell you, eliminate that neti, not this, not this. You're not the body, you're not the mind, you're not the prana, you're not the intellect, you're not the bliss sheath, and you're not the individual self. Keep on removing out. And then after you've done that, you have to spend years and years and years, not simply removing. I've removed it. Now I'm feeling hungry. That will not. In India, we call it the Punjabi Vedanta. They will come. Jagat teen kaal mein hai nahi, garam roti le aao. They're like these very hefty sadhus, not like me. Very big, fat Punjabi sadhus. This. The world does not exist in the three periods of time. Jagat teen kaal mein hai nahi. It does not exist at all. Okay. Get me hot chapatis, hot rotis. This is like. So it's not Punjabi Vedanta. Oh, I imagine I went, some time back, I had gone to one planetarium in Washington, D.C., in the Smithsonian. And after that, I felt I didn't want to get up only. The show was over, and I said, all right. They were showing the extent of only our solar system. And then I was coming out and I was thinking only of the solar system, the extent, and now this, oh my God. So the solar system is in my mind only as impressions, not the reality, because our mind is still my individual mind. Okay, so we are not talking like that. There in various we won't go into that, because then you'll have to come on Sunday. I'll talk about some of these things. So yogi is one who has realized the complete identity of the self, Atman and Brahman. So yogi is yoga, to join the Atman and the Brahman. The concept of these two, the Atman and Brahman, joined together. And what did he find, the yogi? She finds, oh, there's no Atman and no Brahman separate. There is only Brahman. There are two things. So Sri Ramakrishna says, even the Upanishad says, Yatodakam shuddhe shuddham asiktam tadrika. When you pour water into pure water into pure water, what remains? Pure water only. So similarly, this Atman and Brahman, through ignorance we thought it was different. Okay. So the yogi has joined them. Endowed with, the yogi endowed with complete samyak vijnana van. So endowed. So he is giving free from doubt and contrary knowledge because of his experience of truth. Now, there are these two things in Vedanta. One is asambhavana vritti, doubt. No, it's not possible. Or, how is it possible? I'm a worm. How can I be that Brahman? No, that's not possible. We're telling you actually are a Brahman. No. So that is our one doubt, the impossibility. And then viparita bhavana is thinking opposites. So you say, no, you are the Brahman. No, I'm a worm. So that's a, so these things have both been eliminated. So he is endowed with, that is free from doubt and contrary knowledge because of experience. So these two main obstacles in Vedanta are these. The idea of impossibility, no, not possible. Me? How can it be? You. So, no. How can it be? Yeah. That this, the impossibility. And then you think, okay, now get me hot rotis. Viparita bhava. So a note by Swami Nikhilananda says, to a yogi who has attained complete enlightenment, as I said, complete enlightenment is a process, gradually. This has been more delineated in the yoga scriptures as savitarka, nirvitarka, savichara, nirvichara, sananda, sasmita, samadhis. And then we have higher dharma mega samadhis, and then viveka khyati, and all these things, one after another, one after another. So you go through each, these are all samadhis. So one after another you start unfolding. So like, take for instance, I can see this, all right, I can see this. Can you think of this without time and space? First you have to think this is within time and space. All right, I can see this. Now think of it without time and space. Oh, no, it's not possible. If you can do that, is the lowest samadhi. And then higher. Then can you think of this as just electrons and quarks? No. If you can, then you go to the third samadhi. Then if you can think of electrons and quarks, they don't say the electrons and quarks and all that. They will say tanmatras, subtle material. Can you think of it as bereft of time and space? Yeah. Then you come to the fourth level. Oh, you see? This itself, I don't know how long it takes. No, we can go straight. No, you cannot go straight. That's the problem. You have to go through this only. Oh my God. I thought we could go, just bypass. If 520 is closed, we'll take another one. I-5. No, you go to that 520. It's a traffic jam. It's broken. The bridge is broken. Wait till this. However, you have to go to these. There, you uncover the universe in its physical dimensions, then its subtle dimensions, then even more subtler dimensions, and even more subtler dimensions. And then you go to the causal dimensions, and deeper and deeper. That's why I say one who has attained complete enlightenment means he is going through this process. He is going through this whole thing. The universe now stands, you're teasing out the universe to its component parts. You have to put yourself in that large hadron collider. Boom. Your world is in a large hadron collider. Gone. So many things, yeah, find out. So he's saying the universe of names and forms appear to be mere imagination. It is when you get into the subtle realms of matter itself that this appears illusory, mere imagination. Like the imaginary existence of the snake in the rope. We've been discussing this further. Since an imaginary object, what do you mean imagine? Yes, it's all imagination. There are two forms of imagination. One is, we had seen in one of the doctrines of reflection that consciousness is reflected in ignorance, in ajnana, and the consciousness dreams. I remember Carl Sagan in his Cosmos, when he's talking about time, when he had gone to India, Tamil Nadu, during the Pongal festival. And it's a beautiful, if you have not seen that episode, you must see it. I remember seeing it. I was so impressed as a kid. I still remember. It's possible that we are the dreams of the gods. We, this whole universe, is the dream of the gods. So it's imagination, but not your imagination. Gods. And gods, the various gods are the imagination of men. Wow. He got some ideas of Vedanta. He got it right. Tremendous. Our world is our world, our own inner world. I like this, I don't like that. I like this, I like that, and this and that. It is an imaginary world. Each one of us lives in that imaginary world. And this world outside is the imagination of the gods. So, imagination within imagination. This does not bind us. This binds us. Our own inner world binds us. So that's why, since an imaginary object is the same as a substratum, the entire universe and its diverse objects are perceived by the yogi to be same as the self. So you will see after the Shri Ramakrishna gives the example. So when you are going to the roof, then you discern in Vedanta. Oh, no, this is these steps are made of bricks. Floor is made of bricks. Steps are made of bricks. And the banister is made of bricks. And Not this, this is not a roof, this is not a roof. I'm going to have to go up to the roof. Then I go up to the roof and I say, oh, the roof is made of bricks. Then I come down and see everything else made of bricks only. The same material that has made the roof, has made the stairs and made the floor and the ceiling and everything. So you say neti, 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 and then iti, 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 iti. This. First is negation, then it's affirmation. This affirmation comes at the state of vijnana. That person, he sees, ikshate yoga yuktatma. That person sees everything in his self and his self in his being. Therefore, a real sage loves the whole world as his own self and cannot injure anyone. The real self. So we have seen it. So there was a sage in Yogendra, Brahmendra, I forget the name, it's a long time. He was walking and then there was a ruler here and then he was one of the Nawabs there and he got annoyed because this fellow, he was walking about naked. He was a sage. Huh? Oh, what is this? Yeah. So I think he or his guards take a sword and hits him. And it hits his shoulder and his arm is lopped off. And then suddenly he gets frightened. Then they said, you know what you have done? You're the great sage. So he takes that arm, which has been hacked out. Here it is. Oh, okay. Puts it back in. Nothing happens. Oh, blood. Oh, that loss of blood. What's that? What is that? But nothing. There's no murmur. There's no nothing. Hey, what did you do to man? So there are hundreds of cases, but yeah. But we don't need to go into. But therefore, a real sage loves the whole world. Loves the whole world. I also love the whole world. I love the whole world. I love as one's own Atman. That's the difference. You must love the world. Love the people suffering there. Love the people suffering there. I was seeing something. Oh, the people there are now starving. They are dying. Please help. Look at you. There's no love there in that. Advertising. People are dying, starving. What is this? So, you have to love everybody as the self. And we should not be selective in our love. This person is not selective, loves everyone. Therefore, the real loves the whole world and cannot injure anyone. Okay? I think we can stop here. If there are questions, there are no questions. However, if there are questions here, we can take them in person outside. Make a few announcements. Sunday is the third eye, as I said, 10 a.m. Also on Saturday, that is tomorrow, we have a Karma Yoga at Tapovan. So those who would like to go out there, please avail yourself. Mother's Children, of course, at 9:50 is a Sunday school for us. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.